In Salem, cash for a new I-5 bridge, more public defenders, and Oregon schools all on hold now as the Republican Senate walkout continues.
And let's remind you that Measure 113 was supposed to prevent this, but the punishments that voters approved last fall don't seem to be working. Now to our Lisa Balick, looking into exactly how lawmakers might even challenge this in court. And Lisa, what else can be done to stop walkouts?
Yeah, now by law that the session has to end by the end of June. But this walkout may anger Oregonians enough to try and find another way, we found out, to try and block the effects of a walkout.
Thatcher, Weber.
Hope for a return to normal on the Senate floor after a long weekend faded fast. 10 no-shows again without an excused absence, enough to derail any votes on bills. The walkout, a move for over a century in Oregon.
In 1897, the legislature didn't convene at all because of a walkout by one wing of the Republican Party that was opposed to a different wing of the Republican Party. It was the so-called hold-up legislature.
Measure 113, passed by Oregon voters, was supposed to be a punishment for lawmakers with 10 or more unexcused absences. They can't run for re-election. But 10 senators now beyond the limit, opposed to legislation, including abortion rights and gender-affirming care funding. Republicans expect to challenge 113 in court. One aspect I found out could be how unexcused absences are determined.
School children who go to public school here in Oregon, the school districts have greater detail about what counts as a excused absence or unexcused absence in the school district regulations than what the legislature currently has.
The Senate president reviews requests and has denied most since the walkout began. Requests to attend graduations, church events. Some lawmakers have gone anyway. If Republicans stay out, the Senate president could shut down the session before June 25th. Then the governor could call a special session for them to vote on budget bills. Oregon is one of only 4 states that requires 2/3 of lawmakers to be present, as opposed to just a simple majority. Groups upset that Measure 113 isn't stopping a walkout could try an idea that's been talked about before, to put a measure on the ballot to change the quorum to a simple majority. Now, I checked, and it was about 4 years ago when Senate Democrats actually looked at making this change, but it turns out that when they did some polling, outside interest said, look, this 10 or more unexcused absences to try and block a walkout is probably a better way to go and has more support. That's why we ended up with that measure. But clearly at this point, that's not working. So stay tuned to see if they decide to change that quorum idea. Live in downtown Portland, Lisa Balick, KOIN 6 News.
Yeah, you're probably going to start hearing a lot of talk about changing that majority rule. Lisa, as always, thank you.
Now to an update on a